part. This part is very important part for your examination point of view, as well as for you to know what are the offenses are there when it relates to Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999 or 2000. So before going towards the offenses to be dealt in detail, let me tell you, where there is law, there is abiding. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಆ ಲಾನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಅಬೈಡ್ ಲಾ, ದೆನ್ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಸೇ, ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಆ ಲಾನ ಅಬೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಆ ಅಬೈಡ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಆಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ, ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪೆನಾಲ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ. ಸೊ when going in detail with the punishment, the penalty will be of many kinds. It may be of your money, it may be of the property, it may be of the fine, it may be of the imprisonment, etc. So that is what there will be abiding. If there is a law, that should be abide, that should be followed by all. So let us discuss what is the abidingness and what is the penalty for not abiding the law. First, FEMA regulations are there. As per the regulation, as per the paragraph 9, subparagraph 1, clause A of schedule 1 of FEMA 2000. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2000 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಫೆಮಾ ಆಕ್ಟ್ 1999/2000. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಫೆಮಾ ಆಕ್ಟ್ 2000. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೇಸ್ ಈಸ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ delay in reporting inward remittance of issue of shares. Delay in reporting inward remittance of issue of shares. ಈಗ ರೆಮಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಸೀವಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಸೀವಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಸೀವಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ, ರಿಸೀವಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನ ನಾವು ರೆಮಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ. ರೆಮಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ದೇರ್, if you are a person having a shares in foreign and you have got some of the reward from that, you should report it. You should report it to the concerned office, concerned regulating authority. If you fail to do so, then it is an offense. Next is delay in filing FCGPR after the issue of shares. Now the question arises, what is FCGPR? If you can see here, FCGPR is nothing but foreign currency gross provisional returns. I repeat, foreign currency gross provisional returns. That is to say, your profit which has been occurred. ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿಗೆ ನೀವು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಫೇಲ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಸೋ, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ offense. Next is delay in issue of shares, refund of share application, money beyond 18 days, mode of receipt of fund, etc. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾನು as a person, what I do is I want to invest an share in an American company. What happens is I file the share application, I use the amount. Afterwards there will be a delay. They don't allot me share within the particular period of time. In such case, what happens is that particular period of time is there. No, that particular period of time, if extends, to be reported. For example, 10th will be the deadline. ಆ 10th ಡೆಡ್ಲೈನ್ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, 10th ಗೆ ನೀವು ಅಲಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಆ 10th ಗೆ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಇಫ್ ನಾಟ್, it will be considered as offense. Next is violation of pricing guidelines of issue of shares. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ issue of shares ಗೆ pricing guidelines issue ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. Mostly the pricing guidelines will be issued by security boards as well as your RBI. ಇದನ್ನ ಈ ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ನ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಅವರು ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ that will be considered as offense. Next is issue of ineligible instrument. To explain you the ineligible instrument, let us have a glance of ACA, Advanced Corporate Accounting. Advanced Corporate Accounting, you had a chapter of redemption of preference shares. In that, there was a condition that no company registered under Companies Act of 1956 should issue non-convertible or irredeemable preference shares. No company which is registered under Companies Act of 1956 should issue irredeemable preference shares, that is called as ineligible instruments. ಈ ತರ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ internationally ineligible instruments ನ ನೀವು issue ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ then it will be the offense. So here non-convertible debentures, partly paid up shares, shares with optionality clause. Optionality clause ಅಂದ್ರೆ option to buy, option to put. ಈ ತರ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಆಪ್ಷನಾಲಿಟಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತಹ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ, ಇನ್ಎಲಿಜಿಬಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ. ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಫೆನ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಆಫ್ RBI and FIPB. If you are issuing the shares, you should in the international, not India. I'm talking about beyond the boundaries. If you are issuing the share in India, just you can issue the shares with the clause, with the norms which has been mentioned in Memorandum of Association, Articles of Association, that's it. But if you are issuing the shares internationally, you should take the permission from Reserve Bank of India as well as FIPB. What is FIPB here is Foreign Investment Promotion Board. FIPB here refers to Foreign Investment as well as Promotion Board. So you have to take the permission. If not, this will be considered as offense. Next is delay in submission of form FCTRS. TRS means transfer, respectively where it is required. ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನನ್ನ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ನ ಬೇರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನ ಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ FCTRS, FC ಫಾರಿನ್ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ, TRS ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್, ಫಾರಿನ್ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. If I don't use it, then it will be considered as offense. Next is delay in submission of form FCTRS on the shares of resident to non-resident. Non-resident ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನಿದ್ದು ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಬೇರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. At that time I have to file FCTRS, foreign currency transfer form. Next is delay in submission. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಇದನ್ನ ಡಿಲೇ ಆದ್ರೆ then it will be considered as offense. Next is delay in submission of FCTRS on the transfer of non-resident to resident. Non-resident to resident. For example, ಯಾರೋ ಅಮೆರಿಕಾನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವ್ನು ನನಗೆ ಶೇರ್ ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. At that time also I have to file FCTRS. If I fail to file FCTRS, then it will be the offense. Next is taking on record of transfer of by the investee company in absence of ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ FCTRS. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಂಪನಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ FCTRS ಫಾರ್ಮ್, then it is also considered as one of the offense. So as I told you, where there is a punishment, that is say where there is a offense, there is a penalty. For that reason, what are the penalties means, if a person contravenes any of the provisions, if the person contravenes any of the provisions of the act or contravenes any of the rules, regulations, notifications, directions, order issued in exercise of power under the act, or contravenes any of the condition subject to which authorization is issued by the Reserve Bank, authorization is issued by the Reserve Bank, he shall upon adjudication be liable to punishment. He will be liable to punishment. What is the punishment? Then this is very important. Listen, if amount against which offense is quantities, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಜರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ then it will be is thrice penalty will be the thrice the sum involved in the contravention. For example, 200 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ನೀವು 200 rupees ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಡಿಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ 200 rupees ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ನೀವು ಅಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 200 rupees ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ 600 rupees ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. 200 into 3. Got the point clear? This is the first penalty. Second penalty is where the amount cannot be quantifiable, where the amount cannot be quantified or the amount cannot be measured in terms of money. The penalty may be imposed up to 2 lakh rupees. Understand ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Quantify ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ thrice, quantify ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ 2 lakh. Next, if the contravention is continued every day, then rupees 5,000 for each day after the first day during which the contravention continues. For example, 180 days ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ ನ, ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಇದನ್ನ. 180 days ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, share application money beyond 180 days. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ 180 days ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮನಿನ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ, ತಿಳಿಸಿಲ್ಲ. 181th day, that is 5,000 rupees. 182 days, that is 5,000 plus 5,000, 10,000. 183 days, 5,000 plus 5,000 plus 5,000, 15,000. So that is what the penalty extends. Next is further, in addition to the penalty, any currency, security or money or property involved in the contravention may be confiscated. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಸ್ತಿನ ಜಪ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ಗೆ, ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಹುದು. ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ, any of the security, any of the money, any of the property involved in the contravention may be confiscated. That is, say they can take into control of